Liam and Tommy were about to start high school as freshmen in a new town. Liam had hoped this change would bring a fresh start. He'd intentionally failed a grade to be in the same year as his brother, all part of his plan. Before the family moved to the small North Carolina town, Liam had spoken with Tommy about what to expect. Despite being just a year and a half apart, their relationship was unusual. While most siblings were competitive and often argued during their teen years, Liam and Tommy's bond was different, closer, maybe even a bit strange. That summer, the two had discussed their plans. Their father was frequently away for work, and their mother worked long hours, clearly exhausted. The boys didn't pay much attention to the changes in the house, but when they moved into their new home, they had a strategy in mind. The house was a large 2-story building, with each boy getting their own room upstairs. The only other room was a shared bathroom. When the moving truck arrived, the boys worked hard to ensure they handled everything upstairs, telling their mother repeatedly that they'd take care of it. But in reality, only a bed and dresser went into Liam's room, while everything else, except for a few items, was put into Tommy's room or the attic closet. Liam's room remained empty, just as planned. Among the boxes was a beaded doorway curtain, which the boys hung over the top of the stairs, blocking any view of the upstairs. The curtain would also serve as a subtle alert if someone approached. It was their way of ensuring a bit of freedom. This plan had begun years earlier, when Liam was 8 and Tommy was 7. It was Christmas Eve, and the family was gathered in the living room. The center was cleared for 2 large piles of gifts. Tommy eagerly tore into the presents, excitedly showing off his action figures and their accessories. Liam, however, sat back, disappointed. He had asked his parents for one specific gift, but he had overheard their argument when his father had refused to get it. Tommy, not noticing Liam's mood, looked up. "Aren't you gonna open yours?" Liam muttered, "You can help." He began opening the gifts, mostly G.I. Joe action figures, but his heart wasn't in it. He glanced at his parents, forcing a weak smile. "Thanks, Mom, Dad." He hugged them before leaving the room. His eyes welled up, and he quickly wiped them away with the sleeve of his shirt, hearing his father mutter something about him being ungrateful as he left. Liam stepped out onto the porch and sat on the brick steps. A few minutes later, his mother came outside with a mug of hot cocoa and sat next to him. "What's wrong?" she asked gently, offering him the drink. "Nothing, Mom," Liam replied quietly, taking the cocoa and sipping it. "I love you," she said, smiling. Liam leaned over to hug her. "I love you too, Mom." Later that night, Liam climbed into the top bunk of the bed he shared with Tommy. He could hear his younger brother playing quietly with one of his new toys. "Why didn't you want to play with yours?" Tommy whispered from the darkness. "I dunno, you can have 'em," Liam whispered back. Liam listened as Tommy slid out of bed and started digging through the closet. "Tommy, what are you doing?" "We'll get in trouble," Liam warned. "Nah, I got you something," Tommy replied. Liam turned over to see his little brother standing with a large, wrapped gift. Tommy climbed halfway up the ladder and handed it to him. "Ha!" Liam took the box, and Tommy dropped back down onto his bed. "Mom bought it, but I picked it out for you." Liam smiled a little as he opened the gift. Inside was a pink-headed Cabbage Patch pet, a stuffed doll with the head of a pink cat. Liam hugged it to his chest, tears welling up in his eyes. "What's wrong?" Tommy asked. "Nothing, I love it." The room fell silent for a moment before Liam quietly said, "Tommy, I love you." "Night." "Night, Liam." More silence. "Tommy." "Yeah?" Liam slid out of bed and down the ladder, clutching the doll tightly to his chest. "Tommy, What is it, Liam?" Tommy's voice was soft, the kind reserved for secrets, for whispers shared in the quiet of night, away from their parents. "Tommy, I think I'm, I dunno, crazy." Tommy turned to look Liam in the eyes. "What do you mean?" I think I'm a girl. Liam looked down, focusing on the carpet. Oh, okay. Liam climbed back into bed, curling up with his new gift. Liam? Yeah? Does that mean you don't want your G.I. Joes? 2 weeks before school started, Liam and Tommy's mother took them shopping for new school clothes. It was a yearly tradition. The store was crowded, but their mother kept them close as they made their way to the boys' section. Liam knew this part of the plan would be easy, especially since his mother wasn't particularly fashion-savvy. He shuddered thinking back to the maroon corduroy overalls she had made him wear for a family picture years ago. This would be the first year they'd be allowed to pick their own clothes, as long as it stayed within the budget. When Tommy and their mom started arguing over the price of a shirt Tommy wanted, Liam slipped out of the boys' section and headed to the junior miss aisle. He knew the argument would last a while. Tommy was picky, and nothing less than a $30 shirt would satisfy him. Liam scanned the racks of jeans until he found a pair that looked like they might fit. They were a size 2, but when he held them up, they seemed right. The best part? They were on sale, 2 pairs for $20. Liam grabbed 2 and kept moving. He stopped to look at a few blouses, but knew they'd be too obvious for his mom to overlook. Instead, he found a couple of t-shirts and a sweater he liked. He hurried back to his brother and mother, who stood there with a hand on her hip and a look of mild frustration. Liam quickly dumped his selection into the cart. They had almost finished their argument, reaching the silent stare-down stage with their mom. Liam spoke up. Tommy can have the rest of my budget, Mom. Really? And what are you going to wear? She asked, a bit surprised. Tommy had grown a lot in the past 2 years, now a half-foot taller and broader in the shoulders than Liam. I found some jeans and shirts, Mom. All of it only cost about $40. That leaves 60, right? Their mom looked like she was doing some mental math. Okay. Tommy, you can spend an extra 50. Now. She started digging through the cart. Let's see what your brother got. Tommy began searching through the high-end clothes, then paused to whisper into Liam's ear. Thanks, sis. Liam nodded, watching his mother carefully. Liam, his mother said, holding up a pair of jeans. These are girls' jeans. Liam shrugged. So what? No one will notice. Jeans are jeans, Mom, and these were on sale. The logic seemed to work, as their mom went back to arguing with Tommy. After shopping, Liam convinced their mother to drop them off at the mall. He had just over $60 saved up from his allowance over the past year and needed to buy a few things. He gave Tommy $5 and sent him off to the arcade before heading to do some serious shopping. Liam found a few shirts, a pair of black rayon slacks, a couple of skirts, tennis shoes, and a pair of black-heeled boots to match the slacks. Then, he walked into an accessory shop and, after a few minutes, found himself arguing with the clerk. We can't pierce your ears without a parent's permission unless you're 16, the clerk said. Liam was still wearing the khakis and collared shirt his mom had insisted on for their earlier shopping trip. Just in time, Tommy walked in. Hey, sis, he called out as he entered. Liam spun around and exclaimed, they won't pierce them unless Mom's here. School starts in 2 weeks. Tommy walked up to the clerk. What's wrong? He asked. We can't pierce your little brother, your sister's, ears without parental permission, the clerk answered. Liam now had been referred to as both a young man and a little brother. He wasn't sure it could get worse. Tommy leaned in closer to the clerk. Sure you can. Look, we start school in 2 weeks, and our mom doesn't have the time to come down here herself, so she asked me to bring my little sister down here for her. We need a parent's signature. No problem. Tommy pulled a pen from a cup by the register. The clerk shrugged. The night before school started, Liam insisted they both try on their clothes for the next day to make sure everything looked right. The difference between the two of them was striking. Tommy, nearly 6 feet tall with short dark hair, somber brown eyes, and a deep tan from playing sports, looked every bit the part of a high school freshman. Liam, on the other hand, was 5 feet 6 inches and small. His skin was much paler, and his eyes held an ethereal quality. He had let his hair grow out as much as possible without drawing attention from their parents, forming a shapely bob that brushed his shoulders. When their parents were around, he used gel to hold it back, but tonight he let it hang freely. "A little love, please?" Liam murmured as he walked into the bathroom, and Tommy followed, wearing his khaki pants and a new Hilfiger shirt. Liam pulled a small pill bottle from behind the pipes under the sink, taking several pills, 1 pink, 2 white, and swallowed them with a handful of water. Tommy waited silently. Liam turned to Tommy and pulled off his collared shirt. Beneath it, several bandages were wrapped tightly around his chest. When they had first started, the boys had joked about it feeling like wrapping a mummy. Now, it was a regular part of Liam's routine, replaced each morning and removed each night. Tommy carefully unwrapped the bandages, rolling them back up as he went. When he was done, Liam stretched his back, then relaxed. "Well?" Liam asked, looking at Tommy before picking up the dark purple satin blouse he had bought at the mall. Tommy shrugged. "They look fine. You should wear a bra with that, though." Liam looked down and could faintly see his pointers through the fabric. "You worry too much," Liam teased, ushering Tommy out of the bathroom. "Let me finish, and then I'll show you when I'm done changing." Liam had been taking the pills for about a year now. It had taken both of them months to forge the prescriptions and study the complicated medical language in the library. The pills were working, though Liam's chest was now a modest B cup. He knew taking them at his age could have consequences, but he reminded himself that once he turned 18, he'd see a doctor about it. Liam pulled on the black rayon slacks and boots, then grabbed a towel to wrap around his shoulders. He reached into the linen closet and pulled out a small black carry case filled with cosmetics he had carefully borrowed from his mother's vanity over the years. After a brief session in front of the mirror, Liam applied dark lipstick to match his blouse. Looking at himself, Liam had to admit, it wasn't bad. He walked into Tommy's room, where Tommy was lounging on the bed with headphones over his ears, his shirt tossed at the foot of the bed. Tommy pulled off his headphones briefly when Liam entered. "Well?" Liam asked, a little unsure. "You look fine," Tommy replied casually, putting the headphones back on. "Thanks," Liam smirked, climbing onto the bed. He kissed Tommy on the cheek and then rested his head on his brother's chest. Liam fell asleep listening to the steady beat of Tommy's heartbeat. "Boys, wake up, I'm leaving," their mother called from downstairs. The sound of her voice woke them up, and Liam hurried to the bathroom. Almost in sync, they both yelled down, "Yeah, Mom, okay." After a quick shower and a touch of makeup, Liam headed downstairs. Their mother had already left for work, and their father was away for the week, which helped ease Liam's stress. He threw on one of his mother's aprons and started cooking breakfast. As he finished making omelets, the sound of the shower turning off upstairs signaled that Tommy was finishing up. Liam poured 2 glasses of juice and called out, "Tommy, breakfast." Tommy appeared in the doorway just as Liam yelled. They were both dressed in the outfits they had tried on the night before. They devoured their breakfast and bolted for the door as they saw the school bus rounding the corner through the kitchen window. Luckily, several students were catching the same bus, and Liam and Tommy made it to the line just in time. They found a seat near the back of the bus, and Liam leaned against the window, drifting off to sleep. Tommy was busy chatting with some of the other kids. "Hey, I'm Tommy." "Her?" "That's Liam, my sister." "Naya, basketball's cool, but I'm not into baseball." "Really?" "I'm into that too." Blah, blah, blah. Tommy nudged Liam when the bus reached the school. They filed off the bus, Tommy saying goodbye to his new friends. "I thought you'd never stop talking," Liam nudged Tommy with an elbow. "Hey, don't worry about it." Besides, they thought you were cute. Liam paused, his steps faltering, before jogging to catch up with Tommy. Say what? Don't let it get to your head, sis. Later. Tommy ducked into the hallway for his first class. Liam had no trouble finding his homeroom. He and Tommy had walked through the school halls when they registered, making sure they didn't get lost on the first day. Nothing was worse than wandering around clueless. Almost nothing. It happened after lunch. Liam was walking to class when a large boy shoved past him, knocking him to the floor. Things escalated quickly. Liam saw Tommy charging through the hallway, shoving the boy hard in the back. Tommy grabbed him in a headlock, banging his head against the lockers. Liam scrambled to his feet and ran over. Tommy, stop. It's okay, I'm fine. Stop it. Liam hit Tommy on the arm with a textbook. Tommy let go of the boy, who was much bigger than him, and glared at Liam. Get out of here, Tommy, before a teacher shows up. Go now. Liam could see a couple of teachers approaching. I'll handle this. The boy was just managing to stand when the teachers arrived. What's going on here? Liam tried to act as calm as possible. Nothing, sir. He was helping me with my locker, it was stuck, and then it just popped open. Are you okay? Liam looked down at the boy, who just grunted in response. Get to your classes, then. Yes, sir. Liam sighed, relieved, and made his way to art class, leaving the confused boy behind. Most of the class was spent avoiding questions. Did you hear about the fight? What fight? Isn't he dreamy? Then the questions turned to Liam. He sure looked mad. So, is he your boyfriend? He's my brother. Oh, he's cute. Whatever. I'm Tina. Liam. The bus ride home was almost the same as the ride to school. Liam learned the names of two boys who would likely become Tommy's best friends. David, who resembled Tommy minus the scruff, and Chris, who was tall, handsome, and had a conceited attitude that Liam found repulsive. As they disembarked from the bus, Chris stopped Liam. Can I walk you home? He asked. I'm 2 houses down, Liam replied. Come on, how about we grab a soda or something? No. Tommy quickly came to the rescue. Hey Chris, Dave and I are gonna go hoop. You coming? That was enough to drag the persistent Chris away. Yeah, man, on my way. Chris leaned over and kissed Liam on the cheek. Liam rubbed his cheek in disgust. Asshole, he muttered before heading onto his porch. Liam tossed his backpack on the porch and started digging through it. Finding his algebra book, he sat down to do his homework, occasionally glancing at Tommy, Dave, and Chris playing basketball across the street in Chris' driveway. It was 4:30 when the alarm on Liam's watch went off. He stood up and called across the street, Mom should be home any minute, Tommy. Then, he grabbed his things and headed inside. Upstairs, Liam swapped into a baggy cotton knit shirt, just heavy enough to camouflage his appearance with a quick glance. He kicked off his boots, pulled on jeans, and slipped into tennis shoes. Then he went into Tommy's room, flopped onto the bed, and grabbed the headphones to listen to some music. Liam woke up to Tommy shaking his shoulder. Hey, Liam, dinner time. Liam lifted his head just enough to murmur through the comforter. Just tell her I'm tired, you know? First day at school and all. All right, hey, did everything go okay? Yeah, except everyone thinks my brother's a psycho. Hey, sorry about that, I kinda lost it. Dude, you've got issues. Look who's talking. After a short chuckle, Tommy left to have dinner. Liam went to his room and climbed into bed. So, how did school go? Tommy's mom asked as she set a plate of Salisbury steak in front of him. It went okay, I guess. Tommy started picking at his food with his fork. Make any new friends? Yeah, sure, I guess. How about your brother? I guess so. We don't really hang out that much at school, so I wouldn't know. I'm just worried about him, you know? I know how boys can pick on kids smaller than them. Oh, don't worry about that, Mom. It shouldn't be a problem. I think most of the other guys wouldn't mind having Liam around. Tommy smiled to himself as he finished off his broccoli. Okay. Oh, I ran into one of the neighbors at the grocery store today. Yeah? So? Tommy raised an eyebrow. So, she has a son your age. I heard you were playing basketball with him today. Oh. Chris, I think. I'm glad you're making friends. Thanks, Mom. You should have Liam join you guys sometime. I don't want him cooped up in the house all the time. It's okay. It's not really Liam's thing, you know, basketball. Well, anyway, Ms. Aubrick, Chris's mom, is having a little welcoming luncheon for us this weekend. Tommy nearly choked on his steak. So, don't make any plans, and let Liam know in the morning, okay? Saturday around 1 o'clock. Okay. Tommy quickly finished his meal and dashed out of the kitchen. Later, Mom, I have to finish some homework or something. Okay, dear. Tommy had been pacing around Liam's room for at least 10 minutes when Liam finally woke up. Tommy was muttering the same phrase over and over, oh shit, oh shit. Sitting up, Liam asked, what's going on? It's Mom, we're having lunch at Chris's this weekend, Tommy exclaimed. No, we're not. Liam's sleepy eyes snapped open in shock. Dude, yes. You go, I dunno, I'll be sick or something. Right? And then what? What do I say when she starts talking about my brother Liam? You don't think Chris is gonna catch on? Or say something? We can't tell him. He'd freak, he thinks you're cute and all. The two brothers started chanting in unison. Oh, shit, what are we, oh shit.